Hello everybody, it's Mrs Holland here again, here for some music appreciation. As you know, I like doing music stuff and I like leading the music in school, and there's been a new curriculum that's been brought out, so I've been having a little look at it, and it opens with some words, and I thought I would read them to you because I actually found it quite inspiring and it reminded me of us a little bit. This is what it says. It's called The Power of Music. Music is all around us. It is the soundtrack of our lives. Music connects us through people and places in our ever-changing world. It is creative, collaborative, that means that we do it together. It's celebratory, we use music to celebrate, and it's challenging. In our schools, music can bring communities together through the shared endeavour of whole school singing, which I miss. I really miss that, and soon we'll be able to do that again. Ensemble playing, that's playing instruments together, and I'm really hopeful we'll be able to do some of that as well soon. Experimenting with the creative process, experimenting with musical instruments, writing songs, listening to melodies. And through the love of listening to friends and fellow pupils performing. The sheer joy of music making can feed the soul of a school community, enriching each student while strengthening the shared bonds of support and trust which make a great school. I love that bit that says the sheer joy of music making can feed the soul of a school community. And I love that because I think that in our school we have got so many talented musicians, so many people who just love singing and love having a go at playing a musical instrument. And that then becomes the soul of our school. And I love that as well because there's a type of music called soul music, and it's that thing where it gets inside you, into your soul. And that's why when loads of adults have been sharing their favourite type of music, it's because a piece of music got in their soul and they just love it. It reminds them of when they were little. I remember Mrs Hopkins shared that she loved the Bob Marley song, Three Little Birds. Don't worry about a thing. And she shared that with us. And it's because it got in her soul when she was younger. And it made things, it made her feel better because her mum used to sing it to her. And I love that. That was so lovely. So thank you, Mrs Hopkins, for that. It was great. So, as part of as part of this assembly, I thought, why don't I just tap into the music curriculum a bit, and we'll do a bit of music while we're doing assembly, so why not? After I read that, it made me think about all of us together, and how when we sing together, it joins us. And when we watch other people perform, when we watch our friends perform things, we encourage them and we support them and we stand with them. And sometimes when you're hanging out with your friends and there's people in our classes, our whole school community, sometimes if we need help from people, music can kind of lift our spirits, can't it? But as part of the music curriculum, it gave us a list of some songs that we ought to have a look at. And one of them is a song called I Get By With a Little Help from My Friends. And it made me think about us, because we've all got friends here. Sometimes it feels like friendships can be tricky, and that's really real, but we've all got friends. Our whole school community is here for each other. And when stuff gets tricky, like living through a global pandemic, we get through it with a little help from our friends and from each other, don't we? So this song is by a band called The Beatles. Now, The Beatles started in 1960, which is a very long time ago. Who can work out how many years ago that is? If the Beatles started in 1960 and we're in 2021, how many years ago is that? 61 years ago. Goodness me, that's a long time ago. Did you get that? Did you do that math? It took me a while to work it out. So they started a long time ago, but they were known as possibly the most influential band in the world. They suddenly were so famous. It was called Beatlemania. Everyone all over the world wanted to know about the Beatles and listen to their music. You will have heard songs by the Beatles, I'm sure, and your mums and dads definitely will have, and your grandparents definitely will have as well. So the Beatles was a band, and there were 4 people in the band. There was a guy called John Lennon, there was Paul McCartney, there was Ringo Starr, and there was George Harrison. Every so often you might see Paul McCartney pop up on something because he's still around and he still makes music now. But those 4 men in this band wrote the most influential songs. They changed everything for music. Now, when you listen to this, you're going to think, it's really old-fashioned. And it is quite old-fashioned. You can even see them on the video, and I've shared a link where you can see them performing, because it kind of gives us a comparison between now and then, doesn't it? What it's like now and what it was like back then when the Beatles were performing in real life. So you might look at it and think, oh, that's old. But this song has stood the test of time, and it's a bit of an earworm, this song. It'll get in your head. And I hope I will see you on the playground singing, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. And let that be our lyric for today. Let that be our song today. If stuff's hard, or you're finding something tricky, or you're struggling with something, say to yourself, I can do it with the help of my friends. And make sure you're the kind of friend that makes other people feel like that too. So, this is the Beatles, a long time ago, and this is a little help from my friends. Enjoy it and be a great friend to those around you today. Have a great day.